This week, Hamas handed over 4 dead bodies to Israel. Hi, friends, and welcome to this week's Israel Frontlines update. I'm Bishop Robert Stearns. We've been interacting with Israel and the Holy Land for the past 30 years. This week's update is particularly unspeakable, particularly heart-wrenching. This week, Hamas handed over 4 dead bodies to Israel in the ongoing ceasefire process. And tragically, this included the Bibas family. The Bibas family, these were the 2 young children and their mother. Their father also had been kidnapped, but he had been released previous. Kfir was 1 year old, and Ariel was 4 years old. Their mother, Shiri, with them. And there had been hopes that had been held out. There had been hopes that had been maintained that perhaps they were alive, but their bodies were handed over and paraded in a horrific display. How inhumane do you have to be to celebrate and sensationalize the deaths of innocent children? Folks, this is a fundamental problem that we're having in the West. This is a fundamental problem that we're having in the West. Western values have been shaped by a Judeo-Christian ethic. The ethic of Judaism from the 10 Commandments at Sinai is do not murder. This is in the Torah. It not only talks about not killing people, it talks about not killing animals. I mean, there's very strict prohibition against the taking of life. And there is a constant commandment toward the sanctity of life. In Christianity, Jesus teaches greater love has no one than this, but to lay down your life. The truth of the matter is, the historic fact is that Islam in its origins grew by the sword. It grew by the sword. Christianity grew by the death of its martyrs. Judaism grew not in numbers, but in strength through families and through education. But the growth of Islam came through violence. This is a matter of historic record. And so the West keeps projecting this sense of normalcy, this sense that surely there cannot be people who are as deranged and as violent and as bloodthirsty as we indeed are seeing radical Islam to be. Now, I understand and celebrate with genuine humanity much of Islam that has reinterpreted their scriptures. It has reimagined their scriptures, by the way, in the exact same way that the Christians had to do coming out of periods of our history. So let the church not say that we have not gone through eras in history where the Christian church had our own violence. Absolutely, we owned that. But from the Enlightenment, from the Renaissance forward, there has been an eschewing of violence and a belief toward a common humanity. Now, here's the point. In the same week, in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, 70 Christians were beheaded. They were found decapitated inside a church in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Beheaded by ISIS, by the ISIS affiliate, the ISIS branch in the Congo. Did you hear this in the mainstream media? Can you imagine the outcry? Can you imagine if some other people group had 70 of their adherents fill in the minority, fill in the people group, but Christians you've heard virtually nothing in the mainstream media. Folks, if you are not going to draw a correlation between the barbarism, the horrible barbarism within Hamas, which was elected twice by the people of Gaza, twice, overwhelmingly elected. And you say, well, what choice did they have? The only other choice was Fatah, and Fatah is corrupt. Okay, I agree. So then here's your next question. With whom is Israel to create a two-state solution? Hello, UN, are you there? European Union, are you there? If you justify the fact, as academics have around the world, oh, the people of Gaza didn't really want Hamas, it's just that Fatah is so completely and totally inept and corrupt, so they elected Hamas. So then exactly who is Israel supposed to be reaching out to for dialogue and state building? Could you answer us that? Who is the Nelson Mandela of the Palestinian community? Who is the Anwar Sadat of the Palestinian community? Who is the Martin Luther King Jr.? Who is the Gandhi? Who is the leader who's going to rise up, put his or her own life on the line, and speak to their community and call them out of violence and out of hatred and grow a movement that actually leads to peace? Palestinian community, we're waiting for your Anwar Sadat.